The United Kingdom had an eventful month. Following the death of the longest reigning monarch, the new UK Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng promised a new era of growth with massive tax cuts. But what followed after was utter chaos. The announcements shook the markets and drove the pound to a new low against the dollar. And yesterday, the UK government took a U-turn on the tax cuts for the wealthy. Let's discuss this. Prime Minister Liz Truss replaced Boris Johnson and took office less than a month ago and promised to reshape Britain's economy to end years of sluggish growth, but also announced a massive tax cut of £45 billion, that is about 1.5% of UK's GDP. Now, this is among the highest set of cuts in any UK budget in nearly 50 years. Now, this threw UK into an economic crisis as those tax cuts meant a lot of government borrowing. Now, we're all aware that the entire world is experiencing high inflation, including the United Kingdom, which is currently witnessing a multi-year high of about 9.9% inflation. Now, the tax cuts proposed was expected to increase consumer demand by giving people more money to spend, but this kind of plan would have driven up high prices even further high. Now, this would have been in direct conflict with the attempts of the central banks around the world, including the United Kingdom, to control inflation by hiking interest rates. Now, after receiving backlash, the UK government has now dropped a small part of the package, that is tax cuts for the rich. What the UK did was frankly uncertain given the UK's high inflation and global recessionary fears. Now, while the tax cuts would have temporarily increased consumer demand, the outcome could be damaging in the high inflation environment. Now, the British government dropped plans to cut income tax for top earners. However, out of £45 billion tax cutting plan, the abolition of the top rate of tax accounted for only about £2 billion. And the UK government is set to carry out the rest of its package. India's manufacturing activity moderated to a 3-month low in September, as indicated by PMI numbers. Has the manufacturing activity in the country lost momentum? Let's discuss this. PMI is a forward-looking economic indicator meant to signal the direction of activity in the manufacturing industry. Now, reading above 50 indicates an overall expansion and below 50 reflects contraction. Now, S&P Global India PMI fell to 55.1 points in September from 56.2 in August. The survey showed that despite the fall, the PMI data indicated a strong improvement in the health of the manufacturing industry. Now, a combination of factors such as demand resilience, pickup in new business order and business sentiment, and strong production growth helped the index to sustain its momentum. Now, on a positive note, input cost inflation also slipped to a 23-month low. Although the PMI print slipped to 55.1, it still pointed to a solid rate of growth. Now, this is the 15th straight month of expansion in manufacturing activity. Now, India's PMI number was also the highest among its Asian peers. Like most countries, PMI numbers slipped sequentially, and countries like China, South Korea, Taiwan remain in contraction zone. Now, through the PMI data, we believe manufacturing remained in good shape despite fears of global headwinds. But in the near term, global headwinds such as tighter domestic monetary policy and global economic slowdown could take a toll on the manufacturing activity in the country. So, what does this news mean for you? The UK government's fiscal plan has increased economic uncertainty and raised the odds of a global recession. Although the decision to reverse the policy on tax cuts for the ultra-wealthy is a good thing, the scrap tax cut only accounts for 5% of the overall tax cut plan. So this will have an indirect neutral impact on you. Manufacturing activity in the country remained in good shape despite global headwinds. This will have an indirect positive impact on you. While I say this is me, Merlin Susanna, signing off. Take care and stay invested.
Did you like watching this video? Then download our app, Informed Investor, to watch more such informative and interesting videos.